Fauna Day's fast approaching living way is keen to complete her preparations. Now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the Fauna Days are upon us and the terrible grandeur. Wherever that we prepare for the passengers to be. Here at Best Way Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living. I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Maybe at the Caratorium, we'll see about filling your bellies. He's not one for enthusiasm, a notion ethereous rotting to its core. No matter course rather than... The notion of ethereous rotting to its core being a matter, of course, is rather concerning though. Nevertheless, let's take this opportunity to learn more about the Loporrits in this vessel. Oh my god, these enemies... There's actually enemies in this area.
Where are you?
You're fucking with me, bro! Holy shit! Yo, turn that up, turn that up, turn that up. This is sick. This is sick. I'm glad it's just the song. Holy shit. I didn't expect... Okay, so, first off, I'm in the Caratorium.
You're on the moon.
I'm on the moon. I'm on a wild goose chase with this fucking living way.
You good?
Farting way and sheeting way.
I'm kidding.
Guessing that was at you.
It's in there.
Homie way.
He's down.
And I can't believe they just remixed this song. Or like they just brought back the song for this area. This is good.
You got one?
Yep.
No, you get the bounty?
Grabbing it.
Alright.
Let's go. You're robbed, baby.
Alright, let's go.
Extractions to our east. Let's go.
I love this so much.
Hey, Javi, you know who's on my team?
Was it?
Alex?
Bobby Schmurder.
Bobby Schmurder.
Michael broke his glasses.
Why'd you break your glasses, dude?
Fucking old, it was gonna happen.
It was
It's
all the
okay.
fucking 30 status effects it put on you at once.
Hey, can you make it do damage again, please? Just because.
Oh, there's this giant blue
Marcus so many times the other day.
inside of my
One
fucking
mash
glasses
cycle.
at all time.
Had to fucking quit.
Ooh, finally got the cue to pop.
At least he won, haha.
Probably gonna drive me insane, but whatever. I think I'll be able to ignore it mostly. I got a blue strip of tape on my glasses now, so I think I'm gonna go with the blue carrot. On second thought, you like to simply take an obscenely large carrot. It would be prudent to ask cooking whether it's safe to eat first. Even Vera are like to swoon to the sight of so grand a carrot, that or be offended by all those who assume that they would. With great trepidation, you take a bite of the carrot. You are taken by surprise when the blue juices burst forth from the carrot and dribble down your chin. You feel your mental facilities sharpening. Your mind opens to the universe for a brief moment. Then the mysteries of existence are simple, transformative truths, but the revelation is fleeting when you at last finish your carrot. A sweet yet sour aftertaste lingers in your tongue, and the number 42 in your mind. God damn it. Technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in Old Tongue, you know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. We received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, used them to form new names. Are they helpful? Not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore does thy deem such a change necessary? When the rest of you people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. Never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. True. Really wouldn't. Hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful. Though you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well. We'll be able to offer the passengers more of a balanced diet. Till such a day, I pray comes sooner than later. It would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. It's you, one of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me. Happingway wasn't kidding. You really are smarter than the Watcher. Fashionable, right. Just want to take a moment. I'm scared. These fucking rabbits are gonna have no sense of fashion, bro. No! No! Not the Amenos pants! With the fucking assless chaps? No! My apologies, I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors from Aetheris. I wanted to see what all the fuss is about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if people there fears refuse to come? What if we can't save them? Clearly we made a mess of things. Wait, you still haven't finished. Visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. The name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon.
Ready in the teleporter. Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
You fool!
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Aetheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
It's the fucking Charlians!
Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle, thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Yeah, no kidding. Literal end of the world coming up.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Is Orion Jares out on the group? Actually has me curious. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. I wasn't kidding. They really do have a lot of custom animations. The residential quarters are closed for now. I rerouted the teleport to allow travel between the floors instead. Hopefully it proves more useful in the meantime. You really would have liked it. Like, I think coming here would be cool, but to say this is my forest... Okay, this is actually water. Good work. Call this a forest is a little sad. Very pretty, no doubt. But there wasn't... like... I won't fight it. It's wasting time. What do you think of forest? Isn't it positively present? Simply sublime? Let's see the forest or the trees. Pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. Information sent by collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline structures in place of living trees. Thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, the place produces air as clean as you'd find in the forest in Aetherius. Down here behind us, powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supporting us with fresh water. Much of the time and effort was spent into making it the most spherical of spheres. I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. So if it's not too much to ask, there's been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetherius. Maybe could we maybe? I was thinking, Rhett, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little more about the moon, what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark. Absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hadon gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travels to other stars. Impressive, I suppose, in respects it is. It was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hadon shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. Let's keep going. Impressive, wouldn't you say? If you look closely, you'll see different type of trees of ever so slightly different curvatures. Forest is truly the greatest. Oh, growing way. I don't have the heart to tell him that it's shit and I hate it. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. She did, and through her power was waning. And though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. Share with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. Certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages, supplies to us from down below. All the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. Now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like Great Endsvale. I knew it. There you are. Okay. Wrong way, I've been looking all over for you. It's about the teleporter to the residential area. No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters. I'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. Won't be away long. You're more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Come along, Growing Way. You know anything of import? Yeah, this is supposed to be a forest. We've spent 12,000 years preparing for this. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I certainly understand the restlessness, but still. You could be persuaded to evacuate when there are no signs of the final days. Technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, it will be met with great resistance. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. Another matter which yet begs for mine attention. We can accompany if you like. Not be necessary, if you excuse me. Ranger, let's be reasonable now. Whatever's happening, tell your friends. Now, Ranger ventures off into the Marilosorum. Reasons unknown. Consider your presence. Again, huh? Damn it.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
Oh, very unsure.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation.
Because you go through it. It's always you.
The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
I don't think we've ever really done it.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrits proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond.
All right.
'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf.
Stuff you made is shit. Do it again.
Dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Gotta fuck them up. Had enough of your plans. My reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, there's no guarantee of success. The reason I set out alone, that failure should it come would be mine alone to bear. Gather before me, with proffered hands and open heart. It would be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. I ask, would thou join me in mine endeavor? Alright. Our first collaboration with Urianger in a long time, like a fucking actual heart-to-heart and shit. This is the excellent stuff. This is what I'm here for, bro. Thank thee for accompanying me. It is a simple plan. We should not be long away from Bestway Borough. Difficult decision must needs be made coming days. I nevertheless believe we are in one mind in our desire to save the people. Alright. Using a spell taught to me by the Numo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. Considerable concentration, however, might I prevail upon thee to stand watch while I perform this incantation. So I'm what, defending Urianger while he performs the spell safely? Oosh. Idiot. Is done. Magic ink, every ons. She is crafted by the Nomo. Rares the occasion I would conjure mine own. Most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties. Choose one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporrits will fucking. Huh? Sheila has been looking everywhere for you, Rhett. She's wishing to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. It's also quite clear that she wishes to speak to Rhett alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger. Worry not, it so happens that we need your help with an errand. Delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to the Bestway Boroughs. Quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy, for we poor Loporrits. I'm getting it mixed up because I want to say something more, but it's just Loporrits. We would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. How's about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with your Stolo? No, that won't be necessary. She don't want to risk getting on your Stolo's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now, off you go. I shan't be long. Oh, Rhett, we thought you would be away for far longer. Dire emergency, I said no such thing. As you're here, I could use assistance with one smaller matter. Anyway, a companion of Growing Way apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he's determined to live up to his name and refuses to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. So anyway, he's likely to stop and rest. Or perhaps there's a way to get him to slow him down. Oh, what's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... Oh, it's really that important. Try using these balls. Oh, that's smart. This was meant to be a joke. It wasn't funny. Amazing. They're balls of moose flesh. I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. This is the ridiculous thing I've ever heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the great voyage. I only did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loporrit around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert. They'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. And I'm off! What of Ranger? I assume you spoke with him earlier. You said he'd be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Living Way. Between growing what we said in lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Ranger a hand. Hold on a moment. Yes, I remember. Information you're looking for is in the archives. Guys, you have to see it. Please tell me you see it. No, I promise I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor. At the main palace in the eastern wing. Follow me. The Loporrits are up to something. This ought to be learned at the final days. I think it's best we play along for now. Guys, come on now. We need to go check on Ranger. Archives are right through this door. Seems to be locked. We'll have to go and find out whoever has the key. Going away. Enough. If you've not else to tell us to the final days, you need to say so. We can ill afford to be wasting our time here as well, you know. Moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Theris. We're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we'd have to offer you. You found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so the others must be kept here. That's Living Way's game. Running us about in circles and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the planet at risk. Everyone except Ranger. He understands what's at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. My heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetherius and her reflections to their doom. So to avert the final days, I wish to find it, we all do. We may fail, our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. Why would you take that risk? No room for ifs and maybes now. People of Aetherius will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe and we'll finally get to see their happy, smiling faces. We can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, make way to the exit. Let's reconvene where Argos awaits outside. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Cutscene.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetherius and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing!
Urianger does have her way with words, doesn't he?
We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Etheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Livingway's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
You gave me a jar of ink.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
Alright, now get out of here, little scamps.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order.
Oh, so you are staying.
Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
True.
To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
That flower, how came it into your possession? How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions which remain a mystery even to us. At our time, we called it Elpis. It would do you well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Fair.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
Yeah, we kind of bonked him.
Of course. And when next we welcome more guests from Etheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable. hospitable hosts.
Kind of just.
And circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlian Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
Really would be.
Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Really have. A real feels-good moment. It's relief seeing Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink to serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done. I would gladly do I embrace this duty, even if I doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence. I have the utmost faith in you, all our fellow scions. When next I return to Aetherius, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Get out of here, you stoller. Excursion on the moon is concluded. Yashola is keen to return to Aetherius. Alright, we need not worry here. Knowing the face of their earthly corroborators. Much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest. We must be prepared.